across about the quality of education, I wouldn't know where to pinpoint that, but I can assure you that Mayor Bloomberg's goal is to make sure that every student meets and can reach a college level at the time they graduate from high school, and that they succeed even afterwards. So that our next generation can be full of scholars and not just high school graduates. So that's that. Also, when I was asked about Dennis Walcott being in the Board of Education, that shouldn't be seen as a hypocritical man. He should be seen as a man with experience in what our New York City public schools are went through, and what they went through and what they're going through. The benefits of Board of Education, from what I hear, is that representatives would represent our students. Do they have experience in education? I don't. They're just there. They're just politics. They're just politicians who get on a ballot and they're voted on, and they hear issues and they think of the best thing that they could do to help out. I don't see any other benefit in the Board of Ed with inexperienced people that are in it, when in Mayor Bloomberg's administration we have people who are professionals, who have experience and know what they're doing and know the problems that are going on. In the rebuttal, the affirmative claimed that in 2003 and 2007 there were a lot of screw-ups. Okay, I've stated in my statement that the early years of Mayor Bloomberg's control over schools, he screwed up a bunch of times. Like, we're not going to get a solution for these public schools overnight, as I stated before. Mistakes are going to be made, and he is not giving up on finding a solution. And we see that because he's working with CUNY, which means he's not a dictator at that. He doesn't dictate how is a dictator when one works with others to try and benefit these students to succeed in life and succeed in going further from high school. Also, the affirmative spoke on the largest schools, but we have the biggest dropout or something. But we're closing these large schools because they're failing, and we make smaller ones because in some research they state that smaller schools are more beneficial than larger schools, which is one of our goals, to have these students graduate. Other cities were brought up, but other cities is not New York City. They don't have the same diversity. They don't have the same people. They don't have the same community. They don't have the same buildings. They don't have the same anything that New York City has. New York City has their own problems, and Mayor Bloomberg, being the mayor of New York City, is aware of these problems because he has professionals and experienced people behind him telling him what's been going on, what's going on now, and what are great solutions for this. What else? If Mayor Bloomberg isn't doing the greatest job, then I would see why the Board of Education would be a great way to go. But the fact that he is doing a great job, he is willing to help out these students. The fact that under Mayor Bloomberg, there's the work of communities, the work of parents, the work of people that borough leaders select to be under Mayor Bloomberg's administration. All of this is accounted for, and all of this is what Mayor Bloomberg takes into account. And being in the Board of and having a Board of Education, there will be nobody to hold everything down. There will be nobody on top to say, oh, wait a minute, it's going to be so disorganized as it was after 1968 when they showed a decentralization. How do we know this? Because it failed then, it's going to fail again. And Mayor Bloomberg hasn't given the affirmative, well, okay, no, I'm not going to say that. Mayor Bloomberg hasn't really given us a reason to doubt him. I mean, parents are going to complain, because they don't like change. Parents, they don't see the bigger picture as Mayor Bloomberg does. I don't know if they were explained about the future plans that Mayor Bloomberg has for these students, how it's not just about passing tests. It's about succeeding in college as well, so that these students can succeed in life afterwards. And so, I'm trying to figure out something else.
Too bad. Time up.
Whatever.
No, you still got 55 seconds.
Okay, I'm going to say it. Okay. I'll keep talking bad about the Board of Ed before. They say that, okay, it's 2012 and there's new people in it, but it's still going to be the same system. It's still going to be working under the same wheels that it worked before. They want board reps, district reps, whatever, to work, and these politicians don't change over time. Politicians do what they always have done, and that's just try to gain votes. And I know it sounds kind of funny because Mayor Bloomberg also focuses on votes, but he doesn't focus on votes more constant than board members will probably worry about. So Mayor Bloomberg has the... Darn it.
Sound effect tomorrow.
Okay, you got 2 minutes.
I got 2 minutes?
Yep.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes to
It
shut.
starts now. 2 minutes of
To
preparation.
prep. 2 minutes to prep.
Well, I thought I had 2 minutes to talk.
You have 3 minutes to talk.
I'll prep up here from the camera, because
It's okay.